Hey everyone, Aussie physiotherapist Daniel Vadnal here for Fitness FAQs. Today you're going to learn how to grow bigger shoulders at home. If you're someone who's afraid of losing strength or size because you can't train at the gym or use weights, don't be. Fitness FAQs has you covered. I'd like to teach you one of the best exercises for shoulders, the pike push-up. It's time to get stronger and make some gains at home. Alright, let's jump straight into this tutorial and show you step by step how to perfect the pike push-up. When it comes to overhead pressing, place the hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart. This technique is perfect for maximizing overhead strength and shoulder hypertrophy. Now I'd like to share with you the optimal shoulder blade position and basic biomechanics to perfect your overhead press. You should keep the elbows in what's called the scapular plane. The simplest way to apply this correctly is making sure the point of your elbows tracks in line with your armpits. Think about the elbows tracking between extremely flared out and extremely tucked in. As you'll feel when trying it for yourself, this is the strongest, safest, pain-free technique for overhead pressing. Be strict on yourself as you lower down. It's easier said than done to keep perfect technique. Pay attention and apply my tips. I want you, yes, you watching this video, to keep making gains at home. The scapula is going to want to elevate and retract, just like this. Instead, force yourself to keep the scapula protracted and depressed on the way down during your pike push-ups. Overhead pressing is a movement pattern which should be trained more often and more seriously by each and everyone watching. Most people only work on push-ups or bench press, neglecting exercises like the pike push-up. If you work hard and consistent with overhead pressing, you're going to grow some cannonball-sized boulder shoulders and get insanely strong. As I said before, a protracted and depressed scapula is ideal. You're going to engage the important shoulder stabilizers such as the lats and the serratus anterior for optimal shoulder training. To make sure when doing pike push-ups you're actually performing an overhead motion, control your core. A horizontal torso with an arched spine turns things into a regular push-up. Instead, hollow the core and keep the hips high to promote a vertical torso and correct technique. A quick setup checklist is to start in a push-up and walk the feet towards the hands. The closer you go, the harder it gets. Next up, we want to pay attention to weight distribution. Notice how I'm keeping my body weight shifted forwards? Staying on the tippy toes is going to force the shoulders to get the challenge they require. Calisthenics only works if you work. It's very easy to cheat bodyweight exercises, but hey, you're only cheating one person by taking shortcuts. When doing pike push-ups, here's another essential detail to keep in mind. At the top of every rep, open the shoulders. Do this by elevating the scapula, trying to cover your ears with the shoulders. If you're thinking about why I'm elevating both my hands and feet, I'm glad you're thinking about the details. It sounds like you share the Fitness FAQ's passion for training. I like your style, mate. If you're someone that's new to Fitness FAQs, subscribe. I post videos regularly to help you level up. The pike push-up on the floor is a good exercise, but only for those who are new, those who are beginners, or those who aren't strong. Why is the floor not as good? Well, it comes down to a limited range of motion. As you can see, my hands are only reaching head height, which simply isn't deep enough. This would be similar to performing a dumbbell press and then stopping when the arms get to 90 degrees. By elevating both the hands and the feet, we're getting a full range of motion at the shoulder. Look how deep I'm able to get by using this setup. We're able to get the hands level with the shoulders in the bottom position. Going this deep is how you grow bigger shoulders at home. Increasing range of motion dramatically makes everything harder. I promise, even those of you who are strong at lifting weights are going to enjoy the challenge offered by this seemingly easy bodyweight exercise. To make things very clear, here's the common mistakes to avoid. I see people going down fine with no issues, but when they push up, the shoulders are closed. Turning the pike push-up into 2 movements, just like this, isn't as effective for training the shoulders. The next mistake is rep to rep inconsistency. Don't make the error of using a different range of motion every rep. Just go deep every single time. Another very common problem that I see is people turning this into a push-up. If the torso is horizontal on the way down, if the chest is facing the ground, you're probably making this mistake. Instead, keep the shoulders open and have the chest facing towards your feet. This vertical torso is exactly what we want. The final mistake is flaring the elbows. This technique is more likely to cause shoulder pain and potential injury. If you can't help but do this, take a step back and do floor pike push-ups to build your strength. If you're still here watching, support Fitness FAQs by leaving a thumbs up on this video. With your help, we can spread this free calisthenics knowledge to everyone. If you want a full shoulder workout you can do with no equipment, no weights, and no gym, click my video to learn how.